sir. So, you have been in this mental health profession for the past 25 years. So, what do you think is your vision for the coming 21st century? Yours as well as Nityanand's vision for a future?
See, I started with a 10 or 15 bedded rehab uh, way back about 20 years ago. And the kind of challenges and the kind of evolving mental health services and mental health needs, I feel that the 21st century is going to have its own challenges. And the challenges will be slightly different, slightly unique, and because of these pandemics and artificial intelligence uh, taking over human jobs, and a lot of people will have to reinvent themselves in different jobs and different professions. So actually, we play a major role, as Modi ji has said, that the new educational policies and the kind of revolution in mental health services is a must. I think this pandemic has taught us so much. So one needs to be more resilient. What do you mean by resilience is the ability to fight back and bounce back and take things in a stride and make the best use of whatever resources that you have available. Most of the people were regretting about the pandemic, but there were few people who came up with bright, beautiful ideas, which were game changers actually, and that would make a huge difference when everything starts moving all over again. So my vision for the 21st century, I've been thinking over it for the last n number of years. I managed to buy place, I managed to build a place, but couldn't gather the guts to kind of start it. This pandemic actually gave me an opportunity to introspect, retrospect, work on my weaknesses, and we've come up with a one-stop shop for for all psychosocial problems of the 21st century. Why I'm saying that is because the 21st century challenges would be very unique, and we are starting from child. So child is like it is personality in making. सो इट्स लाइक वो कुम्हार जो मटका बनाता है ना, तो वो बनाते वक्त ही उसको ठीक कर सकते हो, एक बार वो बन गया तो कुछ नहीं हो सकता है. सो व्हाट इज मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट इज दैट ये वाला जो बना रहे हैं हम, इसमें रिलेशनशिप प्रॉब्लम्स, देन छोटा मोटा चाइल्ड एंड डेवलपमेंट प्रॉब्लम्स, ADHDs and dyslexia. So that place is going to have everything in house. It's going to be a 6,000 square feet built up area with a garden space of about 20,000 square feet of open air, sensory motor garden, play therapy area. So it's going to be one of its kind, a very unique kind of a setup, which is going to be different and which is going to be tailored for the 21st century. So I think we will launch this this Diwali, and will be one of its kind. That bigger setup, I don't think anybody has it in the country.
Yourself being so highly educated and an entrepreneur, you who have grown from your own skills and talent, how much of a role do academics play for the child's future in being a successful person?
I think that's an excellent question because in today's world, for anybody to become something, requires n number of different skill sets. I think as statistics and what research shows is that uh, for a child to become, or for somebody to become something, what is most important and most essential is IQ should be average to above average. It doesn't matter. So IQ is about 20% of success. I mean contribution of success, and the remaining whatever is all the other skills that so Emotional quotient is one thing which is very important, and emotional quotient plays a major role. It actually decides how a person is able to relate, deal, and make his team and build a team and do something. Second is adversity quotient. Now, what is adversity quotient? Is what is resilience. I mean, which is very essential because everybody has a fixed set of failures and a fixed set of ladders. I think people who are slightly out of the box, people who have problem solving skills, or children who have more social support system are able to deal with these things in a much easier manner. So, adversity quotient is being able to tide over difficult situation, being able to find out solutions when you get stuck up, and that ability is so essential, so important. And all these things could be trained, could be inducted. So 30% is EQ, another 30% is SQ, that is social quotient, and the remaining 30% is adversity quotient. So I think 20% IQ, you might be a topper, but if you are unable to sell whatever you do, then it's useless. So, to my knowledge, yes, academics is important, but it's not everything. Uh, and with these kind of pandemics and wars and artificial intelligence getting into the mainstream, uh, people will have to reinvent, and only those people will survive and do well who are resilient enough, who have great adversity quotient, who have a great EQ, and there has to be problem solving and out of the box thinking. All this put together, I think, makes the person very very strong and to deal with situations and realities. So what I feel is that I came from a very middle class family, and I had to face n number of hurdles, and it happened naturally to me. But I think nowadays a lot of people are born with golden spoon, so they don't know what challenges are. They've never come across difficult situations. So these qualities need to be built rather than they'll happen automatically. No, because we have taught our children that they get everything on the platter, and if they don't get it on platter, or if there is a calamity, or there is a business loss, or I mean, this pandemic has actually taught us that we're so helpless. uh, it's so overpowering that you just don't know how to deal with this, because nobody thought that schools will be closed, nobody thought that colleges will be closed, pubs and bars were the biggest hit. But in this pandemic, 40% of the pubs and bars are closed down. All these big institutions are going through tremendous crisis. A lot of teachers and professionals and white collar people have lost their jobs. I think this 21st century and its challenges are going to be very unique, very different, and we need to work accordingly, taking all these things into consideration.